this type of event can happen in any city.
It is tragic. Bourbon Street reopens to the public after yesterday's deadly terror attack.
This as investigators continue to try and figure out why a U.S. Army veteran chose to kill Americans.
The Sugar Bowl is underway between Notre Dame and Georgia, and as you can see, fans aren't deterred. They are here, they feel safe, and they're ready for a great game. It's all coming up for you on 13 Sports.
And at least 22 shots fired overnight at a short-term rental in Fountain Square.
The steps the city's now taking to prevent parties like this from happening again.
Light snow on the way tonight, a stronger storm on Sunday. I'm getting you ready for the big weather impacts. Live from Indy, you're watching 13 News.
Well, more substantial barriers are installed on Bourbon Street in New Orleans today, a day after a terror attack killed 14 people and injured dozens more.
You can see those barriers right there. Now, this is a live look at Bourbon Street right now. It is back open to pedestrian traffic. People were allowed back onto the street just about 2 hours ago. Thanks for staying with us at 5 o'clock. I'm Dustin Grove.
And I'm Felicia Lawrence. Anne Marie Tiernan is off tonight, and today the FBI is searching several locations and talking to people of interest in that New Year's Day attack.
Investigators now say they believe he acted alone, but they're still searching for a motive. Alice Barr has new details on the investigation.
As investigators reveal new details about two stunning acts of violence on New Year's Day, President Biden meeting today with his Homeland Security team after addressing the nation last night about the man who plowed his car through New Orleans' crowded Bourbon Street, killing at least 14 people in an apparent terrorist attack before police shot and killed him.
He posted videos on social media indicating that he was inspired by ISIS, expressing a desire to kill.
The FBI identified the driver as 42-year-old Shamsu Din Jabbar. They believe he acted alone and are tracing how the U.S. citizen from Texas, an Army veteran who served at Afghanistan, could have become radicalized.
He was 100% inspired by ISIS, and so we're digging through more of the social media, more interviews.
Federal investigators do not believe the attack is linked to a Tesla Cybertruck explosion hours later outside the Las Vegas Trump Hotel. 7 bystanders had minor injuries and 1 person died inside the truck. The FBI is awaiting DNA confirmation, but the driver is believed to be 37-year-old Matthew Allen Livelsberger, a decorated active duty U.S. Army soldier in the elite Special Forces unit. Investigators found a military ID, a passport, and 2 guns in the truck. They say the driver appears to have shot himself in the head before the explosion. Like the New Orleans attacker, he also served in Afghanistan and at the North Carolina Army base, formerly known as Fort Bragg. So far, no evidence they ever crossed paths.
We have no record that they served in the same unit or even at the same years.
Investigators say there were fuel canisters and large fireworks in the Cybertruck when it exploded. They believe Livelsberger drove to Vegas from Colorado and are now searching a home there. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And that Cybertruck was rented from the same company. It's called Turo. And the New Orleans attacker rented his pickup truck from that as well. Turo says it is cooperating with investigators. At this point, investigators believe the rental company is another coincidence, though they're stressing there's a long way to go in both investigations.
Meanwhile, Notre Dame and Georgia fans saw ramped up security as they headed to the New Orleans Superdome today.
Drones and added police and sheriff's patrols are among the security increases that you'll see at the Sugar Bowl. And it kicked off just about an hour ago. Right now, Georgia in the lead, 3-0.
Our Dominic Miranda talked with fans before the game. He has their reaction to yesterday's violence and their thoughts on the game today.
The All-State Sugar Bowl is underway right now. Obviously, with all the events that transpired, people were concerned about safety, but as you can see, there are a ton of Irish and Bulldogs fans here at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, ready for an exciting Sugar Bowl matchup. Thousands of fans packed Tailgate Town. From the sorrow of a day ago
Newer line dance that's pretty popular here in New Orleans.
to the optimistic distraction sports presents. There was a worry that fans would have safety concerns, but they showed out in force.
Yeah, I think everything's going to be safe today for the game. There's a lot of police presence out here. We've got some heroes that are taking care of our business, and we're looking excited for a fun game, and we're not going to let any outside influences stop us from having a good time.
Blue and red, green and gold littered alongside the Superdome, ready to enjoy Notre Dame and Georgia squaring off in the college football playoff quarterfinal, bringing people together. Notre Dame students and alumni we spoke with beaming with confidence on a beautiful day in the Big Easy.
I feel safe, and I have the faith that it's going to be a great day, and I have faith that Notre Dame's going to win.
I mean, being here right now, it's great vibes here, beautiful day, a lot of green around here. I love to see that. I feel good about the game. I think it's going to be a battle. I think it's going to be a great game in there, but I like our odds at the end of the day. Tough defense, great offense. I like it. I'm very, very excited. Let's go Irish! Come on! Let's go!
That's what's on the line tonight. Notre Dame and Georgia, a trip to the college football playoffs semifinals on the line. People are here. They feel safe, ready for a great environment. That's what sports does, bring people together. Should be fun. We'll have the latest for you tonight at 11 on WTHR. For now, here in New Orleans, I'm Dominic Miranda, 13 Sports.
And
Nice.
we'll hear back from Dom again coming up at 6 o'clock tonight.
All that excitement out there. It's a good day to wear green. You're wearing red.
Well, you know, trying to keep things even and fair.
Okay.
After that attack in New Orleans, a lot of people, of course, are wondering about our own safety events here in Indianapolis.
Yes, we've had so many, and there were so many this year. Our Marina Silva talked with the man who used to oversee public safety here in Indianapolis about what all goes into keeping people safe.
From concert tours to U.S. Olympic swim trials, Indy is no stranger to large events. Troy Riggs is the former director of public safety in Indianapolis. He says it takes a year of planning to be prepared.
You look at the event itself, where it's going to be located, and then you work your way out to make sure ingress and egress is taken care of, safety issues, what are the high points that could be an issue. So it's really a full team effort.
One common thing around Indianapolis, bollards.
They're extremely beneficial, but you have to realize because you put those on the street does not negate access through sidewalks or through alleys. So you have to be very thoughtful in your process when you put those out.
Riggs says continue to enjoy the events Indianapolis has to offer.
We'll never be paranoid, but be prepared.
As the nation now looks at what changes come after another terrorist attack. Reporting in Indianapolis, Marina Silva, 13 News.
And it was nice to see the sun today. It helped kind of warm us up, even if it was just in our minds. But all of that is about to change.
It does kind of brighten your spirit, no matter the temperature, when the sun's out there. We're looking at snow, though, moving in later tonight on another round of winter weather later in the weekend. Angela's here to tell us what we can expect. Definitely an impactful next couple of days.
Yes, and that's what makes it difficult. We've got a little one tonight and a much bigger one coming our way for the end of the weekend. So we'll talk about the little one in this weather, and then we'll kind of go in depth on the bigger storm that's coming our way on Sunday in a few minutes. Let's start with what you can expect this evening. Roads are dry right now. Snow will start to fall in areas north and west of Indianapolis over the next couple of hours, and I'm going to walk you through this with Future Track 13 as well. And then it becomes a little more widespread after 9 o'clock. The impact, snow on the way when tonight through early Friday, an inch for most of us on the high side, maybe 2. The other impact, some slick roads, so we encourage you to allow some extra travel time late tonight and early tomorrow. Latest snowfall potential map, most of us are going to be an inch or less, basically about I-74 south. If you are north of this location, an inch on the ground, maybe in a few places too. National Weather Service out of Wilmington did go with a winter weather advisory for our far eastern counties. Richmond, Connorsville, Liberty, that includes you. This is what we're tracking, and you can see it start to move our way after 7 p.m. with the steadiest snow falling late tonight, early tomorrow morning. More on that Sunday storm in a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Angela.
Metro Police arrested 16 people and recovered 12 guns after shots were fired outside a house in Fountain Square early this morning.
All of this happening during a large party at a short-term rental home. Rich Nye talked to police and neighbors about what's being done to stop this problem.
Police responded to shots fired at a large gathering on Spruce Street in Fountain Square.
Around 1:30 is when I woke up from gunshots. Have no clue how many I heard, but way too many to feel comfortable.
It was a very chaotic scene when they first arrived on the scene. Multiple people were running from the house. A lot of them had guns in their hands as they're running from the house. A couple of our officers actually got in foot pursuits of folks that were running from the house.
Police believe about 30 people got away, but 16 adults were arrested, most for visiting a common nuisance. Police recovered a dozen guns. They say at least 2 guns were fired, but no reported injuries and no property damage.
A neighbor who's lived here about a year says people rent this place out all the time. People in town for conventions, the Taylor Swift concert, other big events. There's never been a problem until now.
The Verbo listing for the house says parties are allowed but limited to 10 people. A new city ordinance requires short-term rentals to register so the owners can be easily located. 3 problems in 1 year at a property can result in losing the permit. But the Fountain Square Neighborhood Association is concerned about too many short-term rentals.
We know statistically neighborhoods are more safe when there are people who are longtime residents there, right? When you have long-term renters, when you have homeowners, more people care about the community. There's more kind of community vitality there. There are certain parts of our city right now where almost entire blocks are short-term rentals, and that's not a real community. That might as well be a hotel block.
The new registry should help assess just how prevalent short-term rentals have become across the city. In Fountain Square, Rich Knight, 13 News.
And neighbors say that as many as 90 people gathered at the short-term rental house on New Year's Eve before police dispersed the crowd. But the crowd returned last night and resulted in the shots fired incident. And the 2025 legislative session begins next week, and lawmakers are already talking about their priorities.
Still ahead here at 5, details on one particular bill that could play a key role in statewide spending. But first, a fight is brewing on Capitol Hill over who should be the next Speaker of the House.
Why some Republicans say they are not sold on current Speaker Mike Johnson.
Light snow tonight, that bigger storm on the way for the weekend. National Weather Service already has us under a winter storm watch. I'll have a look ahead.